franchises here, bud.
Hey, what's up? It's the middle of the night. But them's the breaks with time differences amongst great co-hosts. I'm one of those guys, Daniel Ehrenberg, and we're here to wrap up Final Destination and also start a brand new franchise that I'm watching for the first time, Insidious. Let's bring in my better half. There he is, Logan, better half Adair.
That's pretty funny. I did some little bit of research. I went through all your old episodes to try to figure out how many times you've gone back in the past for your just the second half of the episode. Like you start with one in the future and then you go back. And I'm pretty sure the only other time. Do you have any guess?
I didn't know. I don't remember at all.
Leprechaun Origins, which was like the newest Leprechaun, and then you went back to do Men in Black.
And that was the same episode?
The same episode. So that was pretty crazy.
It's not
I thought you would have done it a lot
back,
more than this.
It's not like we're going back in time. We're going back in time by like 4 months.
Yeah, but still, I thought that was like a unique thing. Anytime we're doing something a little unique, I like to.
You really do. You jump on that shit.
Yeah, I think it's like the stats part of me,
Yeah, that was so funny, dude. I didn't even mention this. Like, it was an offhanded line, but like we were chatting off air about. I was saying I want to drop all reality TV shows except for The Bachelor. And Logan, there had this line that like we didn't even acknowledge because Tim was there and we were like talking over each other. But like Logan goes, I can. I wouldn't be able to keep up with the stats.
Yeah, I did say that.
That's
silly.
Yes. I thought like in that moment I was like, oh my God. Like I felt like I understood more how your brain works.
Yeah, I really care about championships and the lore, I think. It's and especially
I think that's
like
why you're
challenge stuff.
interested. I think that's why you're interested in starting wrestling like from the beginning.
Well, I wouldn't have had that thought without you, probably.
No, I know,
but it's why I'm very on board to do it.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. Like I pitched that idea to Tim like years ago and he turned me down.
Yeah. I have like this like completionist sort of part of my brain.
By the way, I mapped out the first 50 episodes of that show. I went on a whole spree one day.
I love it.
Sweet. Yeah. I think Logan likes it anytime I show any enthusiasm for anything.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else in my life is enthusiastic about
stuff
I am, so it's good.
Oh, God damn it. Make me cry. All right. Final destination. We've reached our final destination of the final.
By the way, guys, can I brag for a second, DJ?
Yeah, what?
I like to do that. In fantasy football, we're 6 weeks in. I'm 4-2 in our franchise league, and I'm 5-1 in my league with my brother. So it's been a very fun football season so far.
That's good. I gotta tell you, I struggled the first few weeks, but now that I got a healthy Travis Kelce and Austin Eckler, I'm doing much, much better.
That's great to hear.
And I won both of my leagues this week. Okay.
Yeah, that's the best feeling.
It is such a good feeling.
It won't happen when you play me, though. Just a warning.
You're 5-1 in our league?
4-2. I'm 5-1 with my brother in our other league.
Okay, and I am 3-3 in our league, so I can catch you, my friend.
Of course you can, yeah.
By the way, Dalvin and the Chipmunks is a funny name.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's talk about
whoever has Alvin Kamara. They could just do straight up Alvin and the Chipmunks.
But you can't do that.
Well, you could.
There's got to be a pun.
My brother Herbie Fully Loaded. What do you think about that? He wanted to do a movie thing because he's in like the movie league. We all like movies, so he was like, "I'll do Herbie Fully Loaded." He has Justin Herbert.
Oh, there you go. That's good. All right. I like it.
Also a franchise. I don't even think he knows that, but that is a movie
we
franchise.
can cover that.
We'll bring him on to do Herbie Fully Loaded.
Oh my God, could we please?
Honestly, about that.
That'd be hilarious. Final Destination 5. People like it.
Yeah.
Logan, you like this movie.
You don't even like it? Get into all the stats and then let's get into the movie. Get into what you have to get into.
Okay. So they make 4, right? It's the Final Destination. It's the last one. They're very clear about it. But then it made money for them, and so they were like, let's make another one right now.
Well, they had
And
such
so
a
it's
great idea for the 5th one.
Yeah. And the producers put together this idea, and it's actually, I think, the shortest amount of time between movies.
Really?
Yeah. So it comes out what, August 12th, right? Yeah. The producers pitched the idea to Eric Heiser, who was the writer. He's an Academy Award nominee now, gang.
You can
So
tell.
this
You can
guy's
tell it's
serious
all
business.
the foundations being laid right here.
Yeah, right here in Final Destination 5. He started out, he was just like a horror guy. He wrote the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. He was like, let's really focus on the rapes. Then he did The Thing prequel or whatever that was. He wrote Lights Out, which I actually
with
thought
Mary
was
Elizabeth
really
Winstead.
good.
I forgot what you were talking about for a
Yeah.
second. The Thing remake.
Oh, that. Yeah. But Lights Out, you know that movie?
Lights Out. Yeah. I think that's on Netflix. I think I went to look up Insidious on Netflix and it was like, do you want to watch Lights Out? And I was like, no, I want to watch Insidious. I thought that was on Netflix.
No, I think I watched it on like Max or something.
Yeah, they're on Max. Just like Final Destination. By the way, guys, every Final Destination was on Max. It was very easy to do this franchise.
Yeah, yes, thank you to Max.
Yeah, seriously. Shout out Max.
Please pick up AEW so I could stop paying for individual pay-per-views. Okay. But the thing he was nominated for an Oscar for was Arrival.
What did he do there? He wrote Arrival?
He wrote Arrival, just straight up wrote Arrival.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. These days he's running a Netflix show called Shadow and Bone.
Okay.
I don't really know much about it. Looks like a fantasy thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what the original title of this movie was?
No. I would have guessed Final Destination 5.
I love it. No, it was originally announced as Final Destination.
Yeah. That's great.
Final.
Yeah.
Why don't you say it out loud? It's fun.
5. No. They don't even do that on the poster. Like Scream 4 is not really Screforum, but that's this year. And they do that at least on the poster. They don't even try that here.
Yeah. The 5 is very distinctly after the Final Destination.
Yeah, it's like they're almost embarrassed they had the thought.
I love that. We're in 3D territory again.
Great.
Yeah. I didn't realize that, but then the opening credits were like totally meaningless and basically just had like glass flying at you the whole time. And I was like, this must be 3D.
I thought that was cool. It had like rock and roll music.
Rock and roll music. And what else we got here? Okay. No nominations, I'll tell you that much. Not a single one.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right, came out August 12th, 2011, $40 million budget, $157.9 million box office haul. These bad boys make money. I stopped doing the 3D, make them for $20 million. You can put out one of these a year. What are they doing?
Yeah, if it's August,
of all the franchises, to be like auteurs about and like let's end this when it really like when the story's done. Like Final Destination.
It's a good point. Yeah, I'm not sure why they had that feeling like this, like they're above it. You're right.
It's insane.
Especially because you thought it was so dumb.
It is dumb.
Come on.
Yeah, get that. All right. Sorry.
It's so fun.
That was not substantive. Um, this came in at number 73 at the box office between Soul Surfer and The Ides of March.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in theater. I've never seen a Final Destination in the movie theater.
Yeah, well, fucking get on it, Hollywood. Make more of these.
I think they are. I think I've heard that they're doing a sixth one.
It got fucked over. I looked it up. It was announced in 2019 and COVID fucked it up. Now it's not in active development anymore.
Why don't they make it about COVID? It's about like if you get COVID and survive, death's gonna come back
Logan,
to
nobody
get you.
wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
should just do a COVID Final Destination. Just start with like fucking Tony Todd, like just smiling, just loving life. Oh, an ambulance whizzes by. He fucking has so much joy in his face. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Should we do
Elton.
2011 list? I got my list.
Oh,
here.
right. And both movies are 2011 this week. Big
Oh, I
2011
thought
week.
Insidious was 2010.
Oh shit, you're right. Wait,
That's why I brought my whole thing up earlier about going
I
back in
wrote-
years. Insidious
You're
is on my
right.
2010 list.
I
And I
wrote
always just-
2011, but
Even on Letterboxd, that's
also,
2010. Come on.
No, you're probably right. I happen to take my notes to like 1 a.m, so I might have been a little tired. Wrote the yeah, I wrote no. It came out in 2011, motherfucker. I was right.
That's crazy. I never thought about that as 2011.
It premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2010, but was released in theaters April 1st, 2011.
Okay, so I guess we'll only do our 2011 list. That's fine.
Yeah.
You want me to go first? I got it right here.
Yes, please do.
All right, number 10, Richard Linklater's Bernie. Number 9, A Separation. It's like I don't want to guess what country it's from.
Iranian.
Okay, it's an Iran film. Iranian movie.
It's an Iran film.
It's a film from Iran. All right, number 8, Contagion, Steven Soderbergh. Number 7, the aforementioned Scriforum. Number 6, Fast 5. Number 5, my favorite movie, Crazy Stupid Love. Number 4, here he is again, Ryan Gosling, Drive. Number 3,
Wow.
The Cabin in the Woods. Number 2, back-to-back sports movies here. Number 2, Warrior, and number 1, Moneyball.
A fine list, Logan.
Thanks.
I have a top 10 list here. I want to say shout out to Mildred Pierce, which is number 2 on my list, but I'm not going to include it here because
Why? It's too
it's
obscure.
a TV. No, it's a TV show.
Oh, of course.
Shout out to some. Can I give you some honorable mention
Of course.
to things like Moneyball and Shame, A Dangerous
That's crazy.
Method, Killer Joe, The Color Wheel, The Future. Some fine films there. Your sister.
You're next. I don't think you liked that one, did you?
I liked your. Yeah, I gave that like a 4.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Sorry. Really? That's crazy.
I might have given it. I might have given it a 3.
Okay.
I might have given it a
50-50,
2.
that's a good movie.
No, I gave it a 3.
Attack the Block. That was cool.
All good. Yeah. Oh yeah, Attack the Block's great. All right. My number 10, Scream 4, obviously. My number 9, Bernie.
Wow.
Number 8, Fast 5.
Wow. All on my list.
Number 7, Cabin in the Woods.
Wow.
Number 6, Take This Waltz. It's a Sarah Polley film with Michelle Williams and Seth Rogen. Number 7, right? What am I up
Mm,
to?
I think no. I think number 5, number
Number
6.
5. No, you're right. Number 5, A Separation.
Mm.
Number 4, The Tree of Life. Number 3, Margaret.
Oh yeah, I've always meant to watch that. I feel like that movie is like 30 minutes too long though, and I'm always scared to
It's
watch it.
crazy long. Yeah. Number 2, Drive. And number 1, Melancholia.
Wow. All right, so we have like 6 of the same, and then I haven't seen your other 4.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's talk about FD5.
Yeah. So, what's your beef?
What do you mean? What's my beef?
Why don't you like fun?
Okay. Walk me through it.
Okay.
You,
Well,
you give me point, I'll give you counterpoint because you love this movie. I watched this movie. I'm like, well, not a great one, and
I'm not gonna disagree. I think not to spoil our rankings, but 3 is my favorite one, leaving the Final Destination franchise, and I think I like one more than this one too. But I think this is the third best one.
no, I'll straight up spoil my rankings and say 3, 1, 2, 5, 4.
Wow, I didn't expect all that. So, do you not like the deaths in this one either? Because I think this one has a few really good ones.
I think it has a couple of good deaths. I really liked the gymnastics death.
Of course.
That
And
made
the
me
laser
laugh
eye
quite a
surgery.
lot.
That's a
The
good one
laser
too.
eye surgery was good. I don't know how I feel about her just like falling out of the window at the end of it.
I
But
like it because she slips on it's like you think it's her eyeball, but she slips on the bear's eyeball and she just falls out the window. And then her eye rolls into the street, which is
yeah,
fun.
it's fun. It's
I like
pretty
it.
fun. Um, no, I mean it does have some good deaths, but it has a very, very bland cast of characters,
Yeah.
and I think an extraordinarily stupid twist ending.
No, I think it's really fun. Like you didn't think it was coming, did you? Throughout the
No, of
movie?
course not.
Because I was watching it and they do lay the foundation. Like the whole movie, he's talking about going to Paris, and we see the guy Isaac, the guy like the creep guy who goes to the acupuncture to the massage place. He's always talking on a cell phone, and the cell phone is like from 2000. It's like an old cell phone, so
Yeah,
that's fun.
I remember Lost did this once, where like you know, like there was a flash forward. No, yeah, it was a flash. What am I saying?
Flash sideways.
No, they did a flash forward. Okay, and they had Jack had a model of phone that wasn't out yet, and I remember that's how my friend Eugene clocked it.
That's cool. So is a phone from
Yeah,
the future?
yeah, like they found like model that hadn't been released yet of like the next Samsung phone or something, and they
Wow,
had like Jack using it in that episode.
that's really cool. I
Yeah,
like that. But this was
or
an old phone.
no, it might. It also it was like you know Lost, even though like the first 3 seasons or something take place over the course of like 50 days or something, so like not much time has passed. It's I don't want to spoil Lost.
Yeah.
I just realized I don't want to say any more about Lost.
Okay. That's really cool though.
It was
But
great.
I think it's done better here, probably,
Um, yeah, definitely.
if I had to guess
No,
at least.
but there should have been more of it. Maybe I not that I wanted to be spoiled, but
I think there's another example too. I think when they're early on, when they're on the bus, I think they're like watching a safety video, and the safety video looks like it's from the 90s. Like it looks like an old timey safety video. It doesn't look
I
like a
mean,
video that was made in like 2007 or whatever.
there are other things. Like, I mean, of course, I clocked the girl driving up, listening to "I Will Buy You a New Life" by Everclear.
At the beginning, the sexy girl with
Yeah,
her boyfriend.
obviously one of the greatest bands ever,
That
Everclear.
that might just be like what that guy would be listening to.
Well, that's what I figured at the time, but I still thought it was weird that in 2011 anyone would be listening to Everclear.
Right.
I mean, I saw Everclear live and there were about 30 people there. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. So,
Hmm.
it just struck me as odd. Uh,
Here, here's sort
would
of my biggest question though about the ending is if this movie takes place before all the other movies, right? Why does Death, Bloodworth, why does he never tell the other kids that you can also kill each other? To get to like to let it pass you, like you can kill a stranger. Like if the rules in this movie are before the other movies, why do they not apply to the other movies, you know?
That's a good question.
I think that's the biggest thing that it raises. But other than that, flawless twist, I think. I don't understand. It's just so fun. They get on the plane and you hear the arguing and you're like, no, no, really? And then you cut to car. And the way they do it's so good. They just take the footage and then they insert the Augusto over it and blur him out so he's in the foreground. It's so beautiful. I really love it.
So beautiful.
Like it's a little silly when the scene goes on a little long and they're like, why did those people get off the flight? And they're like, so they were arguing about something, the plane was gonna crash. Like I think that's the line's a
The
little
kid,
silly.
there was one kid who said he had some kind of a vision.
That it's a little that part I would cut maybe, but
Yeah.
the
So
the,
if you
the
don't know what we're
twist in
talking
general,
about, the twist is that this whole movie is actually a prequel, and at the end of the movie, they get on the flight that crashes at the beginning of the first one,
do you remember what the flight was?
Flight 180.
Yeah, the same one as Lost, right? Isn't there
No,
a
it's
cool number for
the
that?
Oceanic Flight 815.
8:15. The so what don't you like about it? You just think it's stupid?
It raises so many implications. Like, so all these mass incidents. This is all just like the devil or death. He's like getting behind on his work, like he misses a few too many, and he's like, let me collect them all in like one spot and fuck them up. Like that, like to me, that's what they're saying. Like the freeway and Flight 180 and the roller coaster and the racetrack. Those
Mhm.
are all just instances of death doing a quick catch up.
No, because at the end of this movie, these characters get away. Like Molly was never supposed to die. I think they're just on this flight by accident, and their circumstances, like their
You're
casualties.
crazy. Are you fucking nut? Then why would
No,
they also have
because
the black kid die? Like a piece of machinery falls through the roof of the bar.
okay, he is, but Sam takes the life of Peter, and Peter took the life of Agent Block. So Sam's alive. He has the life of Agent Block basically, and Molly is supposed to live. So I think they're just on this flight by
I
happenstance.
think you can't escape death, and this is him being very crafty.
I think I thought what you thought until this watch, and then I sort of was like, oh, I guess they were supposed to live the whole time. So this time I sort of thought that they died just by accident.
I strongly disagree.
Maybe I put too much thought into it this time. Maybe you're right, but I don't know. I never really had a problem with that. Well, like that's the whole movies is that death comes back to get you. Now your problem is that death came back again, and now
No,
everything is death coming back.
it's not. It's just like a conspiracy. Like it's I don't know. It just crossed the line of like too dumb for me. And, like it's funny. Like I started laughing when I realized what the reveal was. Like I
And then
applaud like bravo, but like I don't know. To me, the
and
bigger
having
sin
years
of the
between it.
bigger sin of this movie is just how fucking bland everybody is. Even Peter, who's like out to kill everybody, like just sucks.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think there are too many characters. I think you need to cut out Isaac and Dennis. Like Dennis is
I'm gonna
David
need you to
Koechner.
say, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna need you to tell
I,
me who these people are.
I think David Koechner's only in this movie because he's in the office. Because there's a scene early on where they're on the bus and Isaac, the guy who goes to the masseuse, he's on the phone and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going on a trip with some people from the office." And then he looks at David Koechner, he's like, "Not you." And I think that's literally just an office joke. And that character just dies. He just gets a wrench in the face. It's so pointless. I think you cut those characters out, and I think you make Peter evil earlier on because that turn happened so late in the movie. I forgot
Yeah,
about
you're
that.
right.
Like it's way too not the movie's too long. They're all like 90 minutes, but I forgot how late that happens. That should be more of the
It's like
movie.
the turn with the fucking kid in the last movie.
Sorry, what's the turn in the last movie?
You remember, like the goth girl dies, and he like comes after them.
Oh, oh well, well, there was a movie between the two. Remember the
Oh,
fourth movie?
right.
Yeah, I was a bit confused. Yeah, but that one even makes well, I guess this one makes sense too. Not that this one doesn't make sense. It's just that's such a cool twist. I think that in this one they can kill each other, but it just happens so late, and it's like one instance, kind of.
It's
I don't
really
know. They
only
should
in
have
the
played with it
last
more.
half hour of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. That they could have really that should have been the movie. I think, but
I agree. It's a
but
good
yeah,
premise.
yeah, big mess up there. But I like that the end is like it's a twist on a twist because you get the whole plane thing, which is awesome in my opinion, and then you get the guy Nathan who's like, oh no, the guy I killed was gonna die any day, and then the thing comes and kills him. Like that's funny too.
Yeah, I guess.
I love it. I think it's great. I love the two ending when Brian goes and he blows
I
up,
know you
but
do
this
love
one's
that
even
that
better.
style.
This one's all. I just love walking out feeling great, and I do that with this. I love, but I think we should do something. I think we should rank the openings. We had the plane, we had the bridge,
Right.
the freeway, the roller coaster, and the racetrack.
All right. Well, obviously, racetrack last.
Racetrack last. I think freeway number one. I have them ranked here. I don't want to get confused. Just tell me what you think. Okay.
All right. I'll allow freeway at number one. What do you got at number two?
I think that's the best thing Final Destination ever produced. The freeway.
Number
The
two,
free.
roller coaster.
I
Right.
agree. Number two, roller coaster. Number three, the airplane.
I
I,
agree.
I love the crash of at the glass breaking
I
more than I do
know.
the actual airplane part, but regardless. And then I do the bridge, and then I would do the race car.
Yeah, I agree with that. Wait, but Logan,
Yeah.
there's also a thing where like the cast of this movie, they keep showing little hints where it's like they've been at locations from previous Final Destination movies. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. So one girl knocks over a picture of herself, and it's her at the roller coaster from Final Destination 3.
The log truck. You talking about that early on?
Log truck's another one.
Yeah.
Okay. But then there's also David Koechner. There's a picture of him next to the race car that causes the crash in the fourth one.
Wow.
Okay. So like I think in Death's mind, these people were in life and death situations and got out alive.
Wait a second.
Now I'm gonna kill them all in one of my classic set pieces.
Wait a second. If this movie is before the first movie, then does
Yeah.
that imply that two is before the first movie, and three is before the first movie, and four is before the first movie?
No. I would think this is just before all of them.
Okay, so he's just with the race car like way before it happens,
Yeah.
like a decade before it happens. It's just
But
like the
death is
butterfly
like this
effect.
race car is a death waiting to happen, and he got out alive. So I'm gonna put him on a bridge.
I don't see the problem. I think that's awesome.
That's so funny.
Can we talk about this cast though?
But like I was in the World Trade Center, Logan, like probably 5 years before it perished. Um, does that mean I have the mark of death on me? Because 9/11 could have happened that day.
It does make you think. Have you ever what's that? Have you ever been like really close to death, you think? Like you avoided death, like you were supposed to be like a you're supposed to be at a concert or something and or something or anything.
Nothing like that. I mean, I think probably the closest I came to death was like when I poisoned my liver.
Yeah, I would say that you're pretty close then.
Yeah.
But you were never like in a almost in a car crash or anything like that.
Yeah, that happened once. I'm on my way home from Bonnaroo back in 2006.
Wow.
My friend Eugene drove off the side of the road. He fell asleep while driving.
Eugene, that's a Final Destination character. You didn't even know at the time.
You know what's wild is I referenced him earlier in this episode. I haven't talked to this guy in like 20
I don't even
years.
remember that. What'd you say about Eugene?
Um, I don't remember, but I
Was that
remember
yesterday,
referencing
maybe?
him. Maybe it was yesterday.
I don't remember Eugene. But
Fuck.
all right, let's start with Nicholas
Hey,
D'Augusto, right?
I'll give whoever a no prize if you can remind me the two instances that I talked about Eugene this week.
Okay.
All right, Nicholas DaGosta. Yeah. So the whole time I was like, I wonder if Logan knows who this guy is because
Oh, come on.
I recognized him as from like this small but crucial role in Election. But then like pretty late in the movie, I finally realized like, oh no, he's in fucking Fired Up. You love that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, of course he's in Fired Up. He's also in The Office. I didn't know he was in Election, but he's the Jan's little boy toy
Oh, that's
assistant.
hilarious. That's right.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Hunter.
I love
And
that.
yeah, but he's of course in Fired Up, one of my favorite movies of all time. And so it was always great
F
seeing him and
you.
F you. And but he's not good. He's not very good.
He's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with him as an actor. It's funny because I was thinking about this while I was watching
Oh, I meant in
Insidious
this
too.
movie. I'm in this movie.
What?
In this movie, I was talking about.
Oh yeah. No, I was thinking about this while watching Insidious too. Because of Patrick Wilson. They're sort of similar in that like neither one of them are bad actors. Like both of them can do the job, but they're just not movie stars. Like there's no charisma there with either of them.
Yeah, I don't. I like Patrick Wilson kind of. I like him more
I
in The
I do
Conjuring.
think like Nicholas DeGusto probably does make Patrick Wilson look like he's fucking Brad Pitt or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much on D'Augusto. I don't think he's very good in this one.
No, he doesn't acquit himself particularly well.
No. Did you know his girlfriend Molly?
No.
I knew her from The Walking
Wait.
Dead.
No, I did. I did. I recognized her from The Walking Dead. She's Andrea's younger sister.
Yeah, she dies in like the second or third episode, but very
Yeah, but
memorable.
she
She like,
comes back a bunch. I remember in the third season, Andrea hallucinates her or something.
yeah, that's possible. But that was like a shocking death. I remember she's leaving. She goes to the bathroom. She's like, "Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom." And she leaves, and she's like, "Do we have any toilet paper?" And then she gets bit by a zombie. And then Andrea's like, "No, baby." And then like a nice scene early on where they were like, "Remember our dad took us fishing." That
Yeah,
was a good time.
that's always how you knew on The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
scene was a little too nice.
yeah. But early on, I don't think you thought anything of it.
Yeah, I guess not. No, things were still shocking the first few episodes.
First few seasons, I would say.
Uh, yeah, I guess
Anyway,
first three maybe.
then we have Peter and Candace. Did you know that Peter looks like Tom Cruise, right?
Who are they? You need to give me actors
I
or
don't know.
descriptors.
I don't know. Peter was the guy who started killing folks. Miles
Oh,
Fisher.
yeah, I thought he was terrible. He's my LVP.
That's kind of crazy.
I
I
read that
don't
he was
think
the
that.
first person in the movie cast. They were very excited about him. He's a musician as well. He he put out a song called New Romance. Okay, right around this time. And if you watch the music video, which I did right before we recorded, Logan, um, it has the whole cast of this movie, and it's a Saved by the Bell parody, putting Saved by the Bell characters in Final Destination situations. Okay, so at one point a
Wow.
locker falls on one of them, they die.
Screech gets lung cancer.
Uh, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, we don't really deal with cancer too much in these movies.
No, you're right. By the way, Miles Fisher, I said he looked like Tom Cruise. What do you think about that? Because he played Tom
Yeah, I
Cruise
mean,
in a movie
I
before,
know what you mean. Did he?
in superhero movie.
Who is he? Like War of the Worlds or something?
He's just Tom Cruise. There's just a character Tom Cruise, and it's Miles Fisher.
That sounds good.
Those aren't clever. It's just like here's Hannah Montana, you know.
It really is like that. Everything I've seen, Friedberg and Seltzer. Um. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Miles Fisher, maybe. How bad he is. He's your LVP. You hate him. His girlfriend, maybe Candace, Ellen Rowe.
I thought she was okay.
She's barely in it. She's the first one to die.
But I was surprised when she was the first one to die, and that's props to her. Because if I'm surprised when you're the first one to die, that means I think you're more significant than you are.
Well, I mean, she's the first one to die in the premonition. She gets that sailboat right through her tummy,
Her tum tum.
right through her little tum tum.
You know,
I thought about
do you know
Cordelia
how
at one
dumb I
point.
am? Can I? Oh, when she got in Lover's Walk.
Well, yeah, because Peter in the premonition gets a bunch of rebar in his tummy, and I was like, oh, that's Cordelia. That's like how Cordelia got it, but hers is only one. But even one, that was crazy. But Cordelia should have died probably.
All right, all right. Well, they did cut to that funeral.
Yeah, what was
It
that? What was the funeral?
was just a random funeral that Buffy and Willow were walking by.
That was because of Cordelia. We were supposed to think that was because of Cordelia.
Yeah.
That was crazy moment. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Because they were supposed to make us think she was out for or she was out for vampires, but it was like the middle of the day, right? Right? That
What?
was like the excuse was like she was out like hunting vampires. That's why she was in the cemetery.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
But it was
guess
it's
so.
like a real cheat that they pulled. I hate
Yeah,
that moment.
I know, but you love that episode.
Yeah, that's lovers. That's weird. Anyway.
Um,
Yeah, so Isaac, Candace, whatever.
who's it? Who are they? Oh, those the
Oh
ones we
my
just talked
god, this
about.
is terrible. People are like hate this episode because it's just like who was that? Who was that person? And then we had who cares? We had the Keckner and did you notice this? Did you recognize the sexy girl or anybody? No, she's not in
No,
anything.
I thought the sexy girl looked like a younger version of the MILF from the last movie.
Really, I didn't think that.
And I also kind of felt like it was trying to be Megan Fox from Transformers.
That's fair. I think that is fair. By the way, I have a real problem with her. Like she's like, God, I'm so hideous with these glasses. I gotta get this fucking laser eye surgery. Why doesn't her first like she should try better frames, first of all. Like that should be what she does next. And then if the frames don't work, then maybe try contacts and then go to laser eye surgery. Maybe skip contacts. I don't have problems if you want to go to the surgery.
I don't
But
know.
if
At
you're
this point, laser eye surgery is very doable. I know somebody that just got it, and like it took like a week. Like she's back to normal.
but this woman's problem was that she thought she looked bad with the glasses, and it was like just change those frames if she thought that specifically.
Yeah, I guess so.
She'd still be
I don't
alive
know.
if she listened to me.
Yeah, I mean, yes, that is for sure true.
I have a problem with Roy's death. You know Roy?
The the mean guy.
Yeah, Nathan. He bullies Nathan, his boss, because he's younger than him, they say, but I think it's more because he's black. They don't really
Yeah.
say that. They say it's more because he's just like a young guy. But this guy seemed
It's
racist.
coded racism without wanting to be super racist in the movie.
Right. And I guess they get away with it. But when Nathan kills Roy, I hate the look on Roy's face when he's dead. Like he gets a hook through his head, and Roy's face, he looks surprised. Like you can see the wrinkles on his forehead. And I think if you're dead, I don't think you look surprised. I don't think you have like a goofy look on your face. I think they did a
Well,
bad job there.
but
I don't
is
not
isn't
very
that
realistic.
what the core of these movies are? Is goofy deaths?
But that one really stood out to me as dumb. Like they didn't even put any thought into it.
I'll say this: I liked watching this franchise, but it is really just dumb, and there's not much there. I thought there'd be
I have a
more
lot of
sort of.
fun watching
I
these
thought there'd
movies.
be more like lore, like you'd learn more about the Tony Todd character, but you really don't. He's
I
just
think I
like
hyped him up too much.
he's a cameo, you know. But like I wish Death was more of a presence in the movies. Like not that I want him like leering out of the corner or whatever, but like I want to know more about something. I don't know what I want. I guess like it's fine that these movies are just fun, but I thought
No,
they'd be
I get
more
what you're
than they
saying.
were going in. And this is like the second straight time this has happened to me because I wanted to do Transformers on the show and I thought I'd have a really fun time doing that and I hated it. And I definitely liked this a lot more than that. But I think I like hyped it up in my brain. Like for years on the podcast, I was like I had the thought like, oh, it'll be such a good excuse to be able to watch those franchises someday. And now I've watched both of them, and I'm just sort of like, meh.
Yeah, and you don't even like the thing that connects them all, which is that this one's before the first movie. You don't even care about that part.
I do care about it. It's
It's
amazing
not
to
fun to
me.
you.
It is fun.
You're not a fan of it.
There you go.
uh, yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree. Like they don't really try that many cool things with this franchise. Like the third one's kind of cool. They have like the photos element of it, and then the fourth one's just nothing. And this one they have something cool, but I think the problem is they just wait way too long to implement that thing into the movie. Like it's just the same Final Destination until 30 minutes left. We got to do something. Hurry, hurry. Um I think that's my problem is like the dentist death and
Yeah, before that, it's just like a series of death scenes.
exactly. They're fun. Candace and Olivia, those are some top tier Final Destination deaths, but they yeah at the in the fifth movie we should be doing more than that. Especially when the idea for this movie is cool, but we don't do it. But the end, what do you think about the end? The whole kitchen scene. They fight in the kitchen. Probably best kitchen scene since Jurassic Park.
No, no, you're not thinking of the classic kitchen scene in Sudden Death with Jean Claude Van Damme.
Oh, I was. I just think this
You
was
were,
better.
and you would think this is better than that.
Much better. Much
That's
better.
a masterpiece.
The tension, you got the gun on the stove. You don't know when it's gonna go off.
What about the classic kitchen scene in The Bear?
Which one? Am I right? I've never seen that show. Uh, it's I don't know, it's pretty fun though. Whatever.
All right.
All right, but the end of the movie, I thought I wrote Bloodworth walks away like Angel at the end of the movie. He's
He
like
does.
death reigns supreme, and he walks away like Angel, and it's like AC/DC playing.
Yeah, if you want
Awesome.
blood, you've got it. Somewhere Henry was in support of that moment. And
Yeah.
yeah, Bloodworth. Yeah, he like looks at the camera and he's like, "You saw," and then he just leaves,
Yeah, it's cool.
coat billowing in the wind.
All right, so I'll give this one a 3. Are you gonna go 2, 1? Not 1.
No, it's a 2. It reminded me a
It's
lot of how I
a 2.
felt about Final Destination 2. It's got some fun set pieces. It's got some real dumb shit. and it's got a lot of very bland acting.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But the ending's so good, so I'm gonna go 3. And the deaths are pretty cool. Some of them are pretty bland though. But anyway,
Yeah, the tiers I think in this franchise are so clear to me.
in terms of what the deaths.
No, no, no. In terms of the movies.
Oh, right. But by the way, I like Molly's death at the end. She gets sucked out of the plane and bisected on the wing.
Oh, I loved that moment. Yeah, that was great.
That was really cool and really, really
There's
scary.
so
Like,
much CGI death in this franchise.
I
Probably the
know.
most of any franchise ever.
Yeah, you're right. Um, yeah. All right. So my MVP, I think I'm gonna go Molly, Amy from The Walking Dead. I really liked her.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. I thought more about the LVP than MVP, so I'm sorry if I'm just thinking about it right now. But
Well, it's not like you were gonna go Peter, the guy that looked like Tom Cruise, Miles Fisher.
oh, you know who I'm gonna go with? And I thought his death was sort of unceremonious. Like, but the performance was compelling enough that I thought the character was going to turn out to be more important to the
Cop.
movie. Is yeah, the cop played by Courtney B. Vance.
Yeah, he's really just there to be an extra normal life that they can take. So
Right.
that's
Yeah,
all he
yeah.
is.
And he's being like very antagonistic to them like right from the start. Like it's so funny like the second he meets Nicholas D'Agosto, um he's like, so you said you had a premonition, huh? And the ghost was like, yeah, it was wild. Like I just like saw in my mind's eye like what happened there. And Courtney B. Vance's response is like, so you believe it's supernatural bullshit like that? I'm like, oh, you have to come at him like that, like right away. Lead up to it, bro. You're the worst interrogator.
Yeah, it's true, but also you should have known this was a prequel because this is the only movie where they don't research the previous movies.
Oh,
Where they're
that's a
not
good
like this
point.
happened to Alex and this happened
Right.
to Kimberly and
It's a
Wendy and all
pattern.
these people. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you should have actually known. That's why the guy's reacting that way though, because he's never heard of this either. The whole premonition thing.
Yeah. There's also um at the funeral you see a New York license plate and it's the old New York license plate.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never noticed that. It's cool.
All right.
Uh, but who'd you give your MVP to? Oh, yeah, the cop. My LVP.
Vance.
I'm gonna go my LVP with Isaac, the masseuse. I think you got to cut one of these characters, and that one's the one that worked for me the least. And I hate the when the blood gets on the camera when he dies. It squishes his head, and the blood shoots out the
Oh yeah.
camera. Hate that.
CGI blood.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of I hate that it fucks up the symmetry, Logan, that James Wong didn't direct this one.
Yeah. Who did again?
It's this guy Stephen Quayle.
Right.
All right. It's actually his dad was Dan Quayle, the vice president of the United States.
Really?
No.
Oh.
But he directed another movie called Into the Storm after this, but
Right.
he's best known for being James Cameron's second unit director.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is super weird. He's worked with big personalities in his life. But here he is. I think like James Wong did such a great job on 1 and 3. Those are the two best Final Destination movies. I say get him back for this one by any means necessary.
I agree with you. Big mistake. Not a big mistake. Great movie. Who's your LVP? Did you say?
Yeah, I thought the crazy kid. What's his name? Peter?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whatever.